Unspoken Truths, Tragic Police Traffic Stop Stories. Case 1. Brandon Sai. On a fateful November 14, 2022, the streets of Texas bore witness to a heart-wrenching incident that sent shockwaves through the law enforcement community. What started as a routine traffic stop escalated into a high-speed pursuit that would change lives forever. Under the cover of darkness, police officer Brandon Sai noticed a vehicle with a suspicious temporary tag. Unbeknownst to him, this encounter would mark the beginning of a series of events that would lead to tragedy. Tsai attempted to pull the vehicle over at about 10:45 p.m., a simple act that spiraled into a frantic chase as the suspect chose flight over compliance. As the pursuit unfolded at the intersection of Southwest 3rd Street and Pioneer Parkway, chaos gripped the streets. Officer Tsai and another dedicated officer joined forces, pursuing the suspect relentlessly. For 5 intense miles, the chase raged on, sirens wailing and lights piercing the night. But destiny had a cruel twist in store. In a critical moment, the fleeing vehicle abruptly decelerated, catching the pursuing officers off guard. Brakes were slammed, tires screeched, but fate could not be swayed. Tsai's patrol vehicle collided with the one in front, a collision that set in motion a catastrophic sequence of events. The sound of impact echoed through the night as Tsai's vehicle traveled towards a nearby light pole.
Grand Prairie police say Colbie Hoffman turned himself in to the Dallas PD last night. Officials say Officer Tsai tried to pull him over for having a suspected fake paper tag. He pursued Hoffman but collided with another patrol car and crashed.
Bravery defined Officer Tsai's response. Despite the odds stacked against him, he fought valiantly for his life. Rushed to Methodist Dallas Medical Center, hope flickered, but eventually dimmed. The injuries proved insurmountable, and a courageous life was tragically cut short. As the Grand Prairie Police Department warned, their resolve to bring justice burned even brighter. Meanwhile, the suspect, Colbie Hoffman, showed no remorse. Escaping the wreckage, he fled, leaving chaos in his wake. The hunt for Hoffman was on, a manhunt that stretched across 2 days, crossing county lines and testing the limits of law enforcement's determination. A $10,000 reward was even offered for information that led to the suspect's arrest. In a cruel twist, the fraudulent tags on his vehicle added layers of complexity to the search. Hundreds of vehicles had that same fraudulent tag as the suspect's vehicle, making it difficult to track down the correct vehicle. Images from license plate cameras held the key. Hours turned into days, but perseverance paid off. The elusive Chevy Malibu was tracked to an area, a breakthrough that put the detaining of the runaway within reach. Hoffman's arrest was a relief, but the haunting truth emerged through his confession. Once the driver was arrested, he confessed to the police. He admitted to evading arrest, tampering with the tags on his vehicle, and causing the death of the Grand Prairie Police. Hoffman entered into a plea agreement with the authorities, which saw the judge hand him a sentence of 12 years for evading arrest and a further 10 years for causing the death of Officer Tsai and tampering with car tags.
Anybody with a copy machine, a printer, and a computer can make a fake paper tag.
Hoffman had 8 outstanding warrants when police spotted him with one.
There's so many that we can't stop every car. So we're seeing them on the way to other calls for service, and we just don't have the time to get every single one. It's a tidal wave in our state.
The aftermath stirred change. Officer Tsai's sacrifice sparked a call for action, prompting Texas officials to eliminate the use of paper plates. It took a life to shed light on a flaw, a change that would lighten a load on law enforcement tasked with tracing vehicles. Officer Tsai's legacy is one of dedication and sacrifice. A mere 32 years old, his time with the Grand Prairie Police Department spanned just 11 months, but his impact was immeasurable. He had also previously served 5 years with the Los Angeles Police Department. His memory lives on, a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, heroes emerge and communities rally to honor their sacrifice. Case 2. Michael Rudd. October 11, 2021. A date etched in sorrow, a reminder of the heart-wrenching toll law enforcement can pay in the line of duty. On this dark day, the La Paz County Sheriff's Office in Arizona would bear the weight of an unimaginable loss. Under the shroud of night, the stage was set for a pursuit that would forever alter lives. To the aid of this chase was Sergeant Michael Rudd, a dedicated member of the force. With the Quartzsite Police Department and the Arizona Department of Public Safety by his side, they hunted a fraud scheme suspect whose recklessness knew no bounds. At about 1 a.m., the chase ignited, taking the officers on a treacherous chase through the streets. The suspect's evasion tactics bordered on life-threatening, pushing the boundaries of safety with each wrong turn and daring maneuver, even driving the wrong way down a road at one stage. But the officers persisted, fueled by a determination to bring justice. After a relentless 20-mile pursuit, a tactical move immobilized the fleeing vehicle. Spike strips were deployed on the east side of Quartzsite. In a swift motion, the suspect's vehicle was halted, and he was captured, the chase culminating in a moment of victory for law enforcement. Yet, amidst this triumph, tragedy unfolded, but just as the pursuit was wrapping up, the unthinkable happened. Exiting his vehicle on I-10 near mile marker 37, a head-on collision with an oncoming commercial vehicle, unrelated to the chase, became the final chapter in this officer's story.
It all began when Quartzsite Police, the La Paz County Sheriff's Office, and Arizona Department of Public Safety were on pursuit of a fraudulent scheme suspect just after midnight on Monday. Authorities say the pursuit suspect was taken into custody while the driver of the commercial motor vehicle.
The aftermath was a heart-wrenching scene, a fallen hero transported to Palo Verde Hospital in Blythe, California. In spite of the fight for his life, Sergeant Michael Rudd succumbed to his injuries, leaving a void that could never be filled.
The sheriff's office heading to Indio, California Wednesday, picking up Sergeant Rudd from a coroner's office there. He was taken to a hospital in that area after being hit by a passing semi-truck on Monday. Investigators saying Rudd had just finished chasing a vehicle on I-10 when that crash happened.
A life extinguished at just 38 years, Rudd's legacy is one of service and sacrifice. His journey began in the United States Air Force and Army National Guard, culminating in his 8 devoted years with the La Paz County Sheriff's Office. A loving husband, a father of 6, his family now faces the daunting task of navigating life without him. Sergeant Rudd's untimely passing marked the first fallen officer of the La Paz County Sheriff's Office, a somber distinction that resonates deeply. Arizona, already grappling with the loss of another officer mere days before, stands united in mourning. Every loss of a law enforcement officer serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made daily. Case 3. Antonio Valentine. December 1st, 2021, a date that would bear witness to an unnecessary loss of life, all stemming from an unnecessary traffic pursuit that unfolded in Missouri. What should have been a routine police task to apprehend a suspected narcotics driver would soon spiral into an unimaginable tragedy, a story that echoes with a heart-wrenching familiarity. The narrative unfolded when law enforcement officers, driven by their duty, attempted to halt a black Volkswagen Jetta suspected of narcotics. But in the ensuing events, the consequences would prove dire, and the price paid would be unthinkable. In the heart of this tragic tale was Detective Antonio Valentine, Sr., a dedicated officer who, along with his partner, responded to assist narcotic unit detectives in their pursuit of a fleeing suspect. The Bureau of Drug Enforcement had initiated a stop, yet the Jetta's driver chose a different path, one of evasion and speed that would forever alter the course of countless lives. A high-speed chase unfolded, the suspect speeding through streets west on Chambers in a dangerous bid to elude capture. But the velocity of the chase proved too much, heralding a life-changing twist in the tale. Around 2 p.m., the streets of Bellefontaine neighbors witnessed the collision that would change everything. Detective Valentine and his partner, in their unmarked police car, were headed east on Chambers, converging with the path of the Jetta, which crossed the center lane. In a heart-stopping instant, the two vehicles collided head-on, the impact fueled by high speeds, and the result was catastrophic. The wreckage told a tale of devastation, the front of both vehicles obliterated by the force of the impact. Rushed to Barnes Jewish Hospital, Detective Valentine and his partner valiantly fought for his lives, his sacrifices echoing the dangers officers face every day. The other officer received treatment for minor injuries and was released from hospital. Tragically, Detective Valentine's battle would come to an end, his injuries proving insurmountable. At just 42 years old, his life was cut tragically short, leaving behind a legacy of service, sacrifice, and a void that could never be filled. The suspect they pursued met a similar fate, taken to the hospital after the crash, yet succumbing to the aftermath. Known to law enforcement, his criminal past was marked by violence, a stark reminder of the dangers that officers confront. In the investigative aftermath, it was revealed that the Jetta at the heart of the tragedy had been reported stolen months earlier. Detective Valentine, a veteran of the United States Army, had dedicated 14 years to the St. Louis County Police Department. A retired Air Force Reserves member, his commitment extended to his family, friends, colleagues, and a community now grappling with an unbearable loss. Case 4. Sheldon Whiteman. January 23, 2020, a date etched in sorrow as tragedy unfurled in the heart of Long County, Georgia. A routine police chase would take an unexpected turn, casting a pall of darkness over the community. As the night settled, a nudge toward impending events, the Ludowici Police Department spotted a vehicle committing a traffic violation. What should have been a routine stop instead ignited a pursuit, a sequence of events poised to change lives forever. The chase unfolded, officers in pursuit as the vehicle raced down Highway 57 toward McIntosh County. Deputy Sheriff Sheldon Whiteman, who had just joined in the effort to detain the suspect, found himself thrust into a tale of unimaginable consequence.
Deputy Sheldon Whiteman died during a police chase along Highway 57. Georgia State Patrol says the chase started in Ludowici after a police officer saw a driver running stop signs.
Georgia law is that, when someone puts the blue lights on you, the basic thing for you to do is stop and pull over. And that's what we expect the citizens to do unless they're hiding something, in my opinion.
But the tragedy was swift. Deputy Whiteman's vehicle veered off the road, swerving into a forest of trees near Tibet Road. The echoes of the collision reverberated with the gravity of the moment, a life hanging in the balance. Transported to Liberty Regional Medical Center in Hinesville, Deputy Whiteman's fight for life persisted, but the battle was one he wouldn't win. The pursuit raged on, determined to apprehend the driver, identified as 22-year-old Jerry Englum. The vehicle, now abandoned, lay wrecked near Gobblerland and Townsend Road in McIntosh County. A trail of destruction, marked by a fallen stop sign, told a tale of chaos. But the story was far from over. The authorities, aided by K9 Charlie, embarked on a relentless mission to track down Englum. Multiple agencies united in a manhunt, a quest that would stretch on for days, a relentless pursuit of justice. An agonizing week later, a breakthrough finally occurred. The elusive driver was tracked down and apprehended in Walterboro. Englum, a known criminal with a history of felonious activity, was now facing the weight of the law. Charges loomed over Englum: first-degree homicide by vehicle, eluding police officers' arrest, and reckless driving. A courtroom would determine his fate, but one fact remained undeniable: lives have been irrevocably altered.
Now, during this chase, the Long County Sheriff's Office believes Whiteman lost control of the car, crashing into the wood line. Now, the car Englum drove in that chase was found later that morning in McIntosh County. The GBI says Englum had numerous outstanding felony warrants from Liberty County, and now that he's been arrested, investigators are working on the next steps in this investigation.
Deputy Whiteman's life, cut tragically short at the age of 44, was marked by service and sacrifice. His journey spanned 4 years with the Chatham County Sheriff's Office before he joined the ranks of the Long County Sheriff's Office. Yet his tenure would end abruptly after only 4 months. Behind the uniform was a family, a loving wife, 3 sons, a father, along with colleagues and friends now grappling with the reality of a life without him. In Long County, darkness had descended, a reminder of the profound sacrifices that law enforcement officers make every day. If you enjoyed this video, then please show your support for this channel by liking, subscribing, or leaving a comment with your thoughts on this video.